Good afternoon, everyone. I've been wanting to rebuild this bench forever just because this bench is just not working for me. It worked great at first, but now it's not working for me because I can't, no place to put this. It's always sitting here because there's just not enough room underneath. So, yeah, because this isn't quite 4 foot by 4 foot. It's, what is this? Yeah, it's 3 feet by not quite 4 feet. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's let me show you the materials I have. Okay, this is all dimensional lumber. That is 3/4 sheet of plywood. I had the associate at Home Depot cut it down to 4 foot, and then the other 2 pieces are at 2 foot. So what I'm going to have is an 8-foot table, or bench I should say, when it's done. And I got two 2x4s, 4 2x4s, and 2 2x6s. 2x6 is going to go on the top, 2x4 is going to go around the bottom, and those are the legs. So let's get starting on cutting this stuff up. Okay, I want to be able to roll this table around like I do now. There is brakes on here, but I never use them because it's too far into the table. So I just got these rollers, and what, they're 4-inch. They'll roll over a lot of stuff. And no, there is no brakes on it, but all it takes is electrical cord. Run in front of it, it's not going anywhere. So we got right now, this is 4.5 inches. Floor to top is 35.5 inches. So I'm going to have 3/4 off of that. So the legs, the 4x4s, I'm going to be at 30 inches. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is square these edges off for to fit tight into them 4x4s. That should do it. The size of them 2x6s are 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is come down here 5 1/4, which I probably should mark out right now. Come down to 5 1/4. And what I'm going to have to do, since I don't have a dado blade or anything, is I'm just going to have to take many cuts and get this all out of here. So I'm going to square this off, make sure everything is great. And I'm going to speed this way up. Next thing I gotta do is I gotta putting a board down here for the shelf to sit on, and I will be running supports across here once I get this all figured out. So the shelf on the bottom is going to be set inside, so that way I have a clamping surface here and it's not going to interfere with me kicking my shins. So okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is antique these boards. So I don't know if everybody's ever seen it, but that's what I use. Yep. And when you're doing this, make sure you're wearing your ear doilies because that's loud hitting that concrete. So let's get this all put together because the glue is going to have to set up overnight before I can do anything else. So shouldn't take too long with this at all. Next thing I do is bolt this down. So we're at roughly 1.5 inches, and then we want to go another 3/4, so it'll be 2 1/4. Okay, both 2 1/4. So this is what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to drill a hole, drive these in there, and put some glue on it, and it should hold pretty good. You know, this is fine thread, and I'm not going to be torquing these down a whole lot, but you know, just enough to hold this. I don't need to have it extremely tight. So let's mark this out and get this drilled. Perfect. It's snug. Okay, I'm going to seal this with shellac. Good old standby shellac to help keep paint and stuff from really soak into this because, yeah, I will be painting on this. Looks like I might have to stir that up. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Well, this turned out really nice. I like how this turned out. There's a couple rough spots here and there. A little bit of hair here and there, but you know what? By the time I'm done working on this, it's going to be flat and smooth, and I like this. So the shellac soaked in here pretty good. I know you're supposed to put several light coats on there, but I don't have the patience for that, so I put 2 heavy coats on there. Missed a couple spots with the glue up stuff, but I don't care. I also put shellac on legs just because it was dark, and that's red pine, and it looked nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stain this light oak. So yeah, there's a couple sharp spots in there. I forgot to sand that down. I'm going to have to sand that down before I stain this. But hopefully this turns out nice with these little divots in it. This one should have been on the front, but that's okay. Let's see how it did after. Look at that. Sat there for a while. That's just amazing how that stuff works. So now I got this bolted down, which, you know, it's just snuggled down there. I think I'm going to put a power strip here, but I'm not positive on yet. I'm just going to have to work with this a bit and see how I want to do this, how that works. So that's going to be my cutting bench, and when I want to put the wings out, it's going to be really nice for a setup table. I am really liking this bench, how it turned out. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Will it work for everything I want? Absolutely. Looks like I'm going to have to plane something down a little bit, but that's okay. I'll catch that another day. Well, the bench turned out really, really nice. I'm happy with what I did with it. There's a few flaws in it, but I'm not concerned. I'll fix them later. There's more things coming with this bench. I am going to be putting drawers on that side to put all the screws and nails and air tools I'm going to be using over there for the layout bench, because this side's going to stay with the cutting, and I'm going to be blocking this side off with a little insert, I guess, and I'm going to be putting all my clamps and everything under here where I'm going to be using it mostly. So it should work out good. It's going to take me a bit, and there's more things I'm going to want to do after I work with this for a bit and go from there. So yeah, I stumbled through that, but hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and if you have any suggestions or comments, please put them down below. Everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you on the next one.